I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to look at the way the Rolling Stone website has covered two different films. So we can see the first one here is Sound of Freedom, and then the other one is Barbie. Now, I haven't actually seen either of these films, and unless they were shown on the TV over here, it's unlikely that I ever would, and even then, I'd only watch Sound of Freedom. I have actually watched the trailers on YouTube, and the best thing I can say about Barbie is it looks to be like a load of vapid drivel, and it's based on children's dolls. And the other one, Sound of Freedom, is apparently based on some true events by a guy who was rescuing children from child trafficking. Now, the really curious thing about this is the way Rolling Stone has tackled these. So, if we just have a quick look at Barbie here, so we can see here at the top it says it's a long commercial for a legacy carpet band and a Pity and Prink FU to the patriarchy. It is Barbie, hear it roar. And the review is fairly positive. If we go down, it's quite an involved review. If we go down to find the last paragraph, here we go. You can read the last paragraph yourself, but essentially it's pretty positive about it all. It says, "That's enough to make you giddy." And then, "We weren't kidding about the subversive part above. Ditto the blockbuster. A big movie can still have big ideas in 2023, even a Barbie movie. And especially a Barbie movie." Well, I mean, from what they say there, it sounds absolutely brilliant, although to me the trailer looked like a complete load of drivel. But if we go over to look at the Sound of Freedom, and this isn't the only piece they've got about this film, actually, and the other pieces are also negative. So we can see right from the top, it starts referring to QAnon, which I believe is some kind of conspiracy theory network. So it says a QAnon teen thriller about child trafficking is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer. So automatically, it's kind of insulting the audience as much as anything else. And it goes on talking about various things, and apparently the star of the film, Jim Caviezel, has some kind of conspiracy beliefs. I really don't know the kind of details about that, apart from what it says in here. But it's very dismissive of the film, and it tends to bang on about the conspiracy side, um, which is fair enough in some senses. But what I really don't understand is why they haven't actually used the film as a springboard to talk about the genuine problems of child trafficking. We know that it happens various parts of the world. Children are trafficked for labour, for for sexual use, and even in some countries there are instances of child sacrifice and organ harvesting. Now these are all obviously very serious issues, but the article doesn't really want to engage with that in a great deal. It does sort of say yes, these things happen, but it's really going on more about the conspiracy theories. And we can see from the last paragraph here, it kind of almost plays it down, referring to the so-called satanic panic, and making a point that a lot of kids are actually abused by people in their families, which is of course is true, but we do know that child trafficking around the world is a very serious issue, and it just strikes me that not only is this a missed opportunity, but I kind of wonder what is going on in the heads of these people to really bang on about the conspiracies all the time, rather than actually talking about pardon me, about the serious issues that are raised in the film, even if the film does take some creative liberties at times, which is it's pretty usual for a film, so nobody should be surprised about that. Maybe I think Rolling Stone is an American magazine, and maybe this is partly because in America there's such polarization around the so-called left and right that people are unable to see things in other terms. I mean, I certainly wouldn't go as far to say, as some people, like, what are these reviewers trying to hide? But I certainly think that they could have made more of the subject matter to talk about the serious problems, rather than just turning this into another right wing bashing session.